What if you can become superheroes of your own best version? What if you can become limitless and become authentically and truthfully who you are? I am sure that would definitely blow you away. Right. I am Huang. Today I'm very privileged and proud to share with you about this great author and brain coach JIM Kwik about his book Limitless. Are you one of those people that cannot finish a book or simply forgot the previous chapter even before you finish the book? Or do you have lots of limiting belief? Or you just want to be the superheroes for your family? Well, I've great news for you. Genius is not born, genius is crafted and can be trained. So today I'm going to share with you how JIM Kwik, the Limitless book, had benefited me tremendously in terms of my thinking, in terms of reading better, and how he managed to eliminate all my limiting beliefs. So one of the important sections that he will be sharing is about the 3 M's. The first M that he's going to share with you is the mindset, the what. The second M I'm going to share with you is the motivation, the why. And the third M I'm going to share with you is the methods, the how. You know, I always love to learn and upgrading myself, but I often found out that whenever I start to learn something or I have been practicing something, after a while I don't go back to let's say a certain topic. Most of the time I will tend to forget most of them. So before we begin this journey to understand more about limitless, let us start off with this word called faster. So the character F is to forget. Forget everything that you know. Begin with a beginner mind. Number 2, forget about anything that is not urgent or important. Just put them aside temporarily and forget about it. You can also prepare a journal just beside it. So when you are doing certain things, if certain thoughts that came to your mind and you think that is really important, don't brush it off, but rather take out your journal and write them down and put it aside and tell yourself that, okay, I will look into that after I finish whatever that I'm working on. Okay, so just a quick tips that whatever you're working on, you should not be working on it more than 90 minutes. So after that, then you continue with whatever that you need to do. So the next letter is A. A stands for add. So for example, if let's say you go for a seminar or you're attending a course, a workshop, okay, add simply means to participate. So to participate actually help you to remember whatever you have learned. So besides writing down all the notes, be passive. Always respond to any questions so that you will be able to retain the information better. The next character is S. S stands for state. So to retain the information much better, you have to attach with, let's say, psychology or your physiology or emotional feelings or your thoughts. So this will create a long-term memory. So think about it. What can you remember? Let's say, I'm sure you can remember, let's say a long time ago, let's say your mommy or granny ever cooked some dishes, that you can remember clearly what is the taste or the smell. So you see, so the food that you add is attached with the feeling, the feeling that is associated with, so you can have a long-term memory. Or another example is, let's say you are attending a seminar, and earlier we mentioned that you need to participate, you need to be passive. When you are in a high or peak stage, you will tend to remember things better and tend to retain the information better, because when you are in a hyper state mode, you will be more focused, energized and motivated, and that is why this is the kind of emotional feelings attached that can help you to retain your information. For example, you compare yourself sitting down and you participate and with high energy, which one do you think that you will retain the information much better and in the long term? So the next letter I'm going to share with you is T. T stands for teach. So after you learn something, the best way to retain information is to teach someone else so that you can learn and retain the information twice. Because by teaching, you are also able to ask better questions, or the learner also asks certain questions that can help you to do more research or to learn better. So you can perhaps find a learning buddy to learn together, so you'll be able to retain the information more. The next letter I'm going to share with you is E. So E stands for enter. So whenever you want to do some practice, enter the dates or time that you want to schedule to learn, so that it's catered especially for your brain training time. And the last letter I'm going to share with you is R. R stands for review. So to review the recent activity every 15 to 25 minutes, so you can have a good time spread out for review and to recap. Otherwise, if you're continuing learning something over a long period of time, you will tend to forget the middle portions. So Jim Kwik was also referring to this French philosopher. His name is Jean Huang. He was sharing that we should always ask the right questions. So what is one dominant question you ask yourself daily? So instead of asking those negative questions, we should start to ask something more positive and more quality questions. So let's say you ask yourself, why am I so useless? Why can't I remember certain things? Why can't I just stay focused? So why not we start off with saying, what can I do daily to improve one step at a time? So you see, to ask the quality questions can also help you to remember and stay focused. So the first M I would like to share with you is the limitless mindset, the what. So what is it that's stopping you? Could be your limiting belief. So let's do a self-discovery of what are the 3 steps that is towards your limiting belief. The first step is identify the lie or the limiting idea. For example, I can't do this because I'm not expert in this field. I don't like this dress because it makes me fat. Or I'm not rich because I don't deserve it. Step number 2, finding the truth or evidence. Find the origins of limiting belief, facts or opinion. Get to the facts from through the exercise and find out what is your inner voice is really telling you. And the third step is to adopt a new belief. All behaviors are belief driven. For example, Henry Ford used to say, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So start to reframe whatever your new belief system is. So the second app that I'm going to share with you is the motivation, the why. So the why is always driven by a purpose. So Simon Sinek is sharing that always start with your why. For example, why you do what you do. So start by setting some goals to achieve what you want to achieve. So today I'll be sharing with you what are some of the SMART goals. Okay, so SMART, what does it stand for each letter? So the first letter S is to be specific as possible. For example, you want to say something like, I want to make $1 million. For M stand for measurable. It could be something like for running for 6 months. A stand for actionable. That means what are some of the action steps that you can do to help you to achieve your goals. R stand for to be realistic. Don't start with something that is not achievable. Start with something achievable and small. T stands for a time base. So you should have a deadline in mind. For example, I want to start an online business in 6 months. So the third M I'm going to share with you is the methods, the how. Learning how to learn is the accelerator of learning. The ability to stay focused is doing one thing at a time. We have to learn to calm our busy mind and to learn to do one thing at a time. For example, you even start to do a certain project. You have to put aside those not so important or not so urgent things aside first. Or if you really have something urgent that need to be done, then you do it prior before you start your project. So if you are doing certain things for the next 90 minutes and there's something that's distracting you, for example, it could be your phone that is beeping, or or you go to check your email, or some thoughts that flash through your mind. So any of this, you just learn to try to not to distract you. For example, thoughts or things that comes to your mind, perhaps it's something that is already in your to-do list, but you already set aside a certain time for that. So maybe you can quickly just again write down in a journal so that you will come back to look at those those matter. It could be some genius ideas that pop by, but nevertheless quickly just write them down and you will visit them after you have finished whatever they are working on. So to declutter an environment will decrease your concentration and increase your stress and distraction. So anxiety will lead to more anxious thinking. So we need to have a certain tools that really can help us to stay focused, calms our mind. So there are some tools that we can learn how to calm our mind and to stay focused, such as the breathing techniques or like meditations, or you could start doing by yoga. You will definitely improve your thinking and your focus. So limitless books has really give me another perspective of life. I always thought that I have limited things that I can do, in terms of my limiting belief, the goals that I set, that whether I can finish on time, whether I can stay focused, how do I concentrate on certain things, how do I read faster, learn faster, and all this is found in the book. So being a learner and someone that is so passionate about reading books, to constantly upgrading myself, I would highly recommend this book to anyone who wants to have unlimited possibilities in your life. It will enable you to become the best version of yourself. So do look for the link at the comments and description mentioned below. You'll be able to purchase it in Amazon and also in Audible sections, and there is a free resources for you to further enhance your learning. It's a very powerful tool for you to get a limitless mind by using the 3-step process: the mindset, the motivations, and the methods. So thank you for your time. I hope whatever sharing that I share with you have bring you some insights, and there's really a great book out there for you to grab and to upgrade your ability to learn more. Thank you for your time, and I will see you on the other side.